lot of y'all niggas are simps out there. I'm just keeping it a buck. Oh, I know a lot of y'all out there like, man, I ain't no simp, bro. He ain't talking about me. Yeah, nigga, you a simp, nigga. Out of here.
What you want, yeah. We just chillin' by the Wawas, lemonade with the large fries. Puff twice for the calm high, ayy, what you want, yeah. Big checks make the bank bounce. Old school candy paint down. Bad chicks, they from down south, ayy, what you want, yeah.
Hello and welcome to my... How dare you? How dare you? He tried to take my freaking thing.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Pook Hustle Talks.
No. Listen, this is BQ Quick Review. Alright, today we're going to be talking about simps. Yes, simps nowadays. Now, I think there's a lot of things that people get confused about simps. You know, I feel like the label simps gets thrown around very loosely today. You know, like people just label stuff as simp so quickly. So, basically, describe what a simp is. Basically, somebody that over glorifies a woman higher than themselves, or basically the opposite of a pimp, where you know the terminology may have came from. And basically, they're people who pedestalize women, and also they give things to women without ever, you know, getting anything from that woman. So, for example, if a woman isn't interested in you at all, and you decide to buy them things, give them flowers, do all types of stuff, and they still don't give you any type of attention, then yeah, you fall into that category of a simp, my friend. And yeah, I feel like a lot of people label things simp all the time. Like if you have a girlfriend, for example, it's a perfect example. If you have a girlfriend and you come home, you know, and you bring them flowers and they're good to you, you know, you treat them well, you buy them things, that's not a simp. Like I'll be seeing all the time where people be treating their girls good and they're like, oh, look at this simp or whatever. I'm like, no, he's just treating this girl good. That's what you're supposed to do. Mm-hmm. You know, but just for that same example now, it's different. Now, if you're just meeting a girl and you decide to go out and give her flowers or something, my friend, then you may fall into the category of simp. Well, why, biquon? Why can't you give a girl flowers or anything? This is the first time you're meeting this girl. You don't know her or anything. She hasn't done anything for you. You can't just give things out without, you know, like getting anything like from the girl. You don't even know if this girl likes you or anything. It's not the 1950s, and you know, dating and stuff is a lot different now. So yeah, if you're out there simping and just giving things to women and they don't even like you or give you the time of day, then yeah, you're definitely simping, okay? You can do those things for your spouse or your significant others, but don't just do that for random people. What is your thoughts on simps?
I mean, I don't really have too many thoughts on simps. I think my only concern really would be more the people who critique others for not their dating style specifically. Like when it comes to guys like, you know, the celebrity names. I'm not finna give them no clout, but you know guys who say, oh, if you're not flying a girl out on the first date, why even waste her time, this, that, and the third? You know, those are more the people that I call like the super simps, or whatever you want to use the term. I don't like using terms to describe people, but from the definition of it, those are the people who are super dangerous because, you know, there's nothing wrong with catering to women, but I think there's a certain level where that thinking or mindset becomes dangerous, because when you're choosing that over yourself or telling other people to do all of these things, you don't know their financial situation, or you never speak about what works for the man as a man. So that does concern me, that if you are a man and when you're speaking about dating, you're not speaking from a standpoint that will benefit men.
I don't even blame women for like, expecting certain things from men, because the only reason they expect certain things from men is because a man provided those things before. So, that's the thing with I'll say with women, is the accountability does fall back on men, and as a whole, unfortunately, although I may not be a simp, or Hustle may not be a simp, who knows? Maybe he's simp Hustle. I don't know, but yeah. Although we may not do those things, it still affects us as a whole, because you could go on a date with a woman and you could just, just trying to get to know the woman and say, hey, let's go out for ice cream, let's go out to the park. And this girl's thinking like, he gotta take me on a food date, buy me a Birkin bag, and all this stuff. And I'm just like, you bugging. But she only has that type of mentality because she's been dealing with people who willingly give that to them without ever receiving anything.
Yeah, I guess personally, it doesn't affect me, because like, if I'm dating somebody and I see they're not on my type of timing within a certain amount of time, I'm gonna just move on, because like, time is the most valuable resource. Forget all of that. Of course, Birkins and all of that stuff is valuable in a different way, but I hold my time to be that valuable. So, yeah, that's what I'd say about that. Like, I don't necessarily, it does affect us in some ways, but I don't really think it affects me too much, just because if a person's coming from that belief system, and I know what belief system I'm coming from, it's like, yeah, let's cut that off. I think, I don't think it's just like, I can't blame it 100% on men for women having this mindset. I think it's ultimately on people being very gullible. Like, some people believe a lot of what they hear, and take it as to be fact. Like, so if you think every dude you're gonna go out with is finna spend a lot of money or this, that, and the third on you, that is where the problem lays. Have standards, not expectations. Like, there's nothing wrong with having standards. If a person's not providing certain things, if they're not chivalrous or doing certain things, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you come in with the expectation that men are supposed to do certain things, you setting yourself up for failure, and also you're making our job very hard, because like, your expectation, you're not even trying to get to know me. You expect something of me before you even get to hear me speak.
Yeah, and I think like that's the one thing that sets certain people apart, is their mindset. And a lot of simps mindsets is like they're always so focused on one person and trying to get this one person that they don't see the others around them. Just like you said, if somebody does have that mindset, that's why it doesn't affect us too much, but we do end up experiencing people like that. But usually we filter those out, but they still come along every now and then or whatever. But we filter those out and just like, oh, okay, let me leave you alone. For people like that, it's like you're entitled to have that mindset. Like I said, I don't put it on women for having that type of mindset. You want what you want, but I'm gonna be like, all right, stay ass over there. Like, don't come over here with that. But simps definitely have a part in that type of mindset that they have, I'll say. And a lot of, I think that unfortunately most guys are simps. I'm gonna just say that. Most guys are simps, and if they weren't simps, just think about it with how things are set up on Instagram. You got Instagram models and stuff like that. Then you got the OnlyFans nowadays. If simps just disappeared with a freaking Thanos snap, they would be in trouble, because that's where most of their market comes from. And simps definitely fuel that economy over there, and they have a large part to play in it. And I'd say the biggest simps the biggest simps are rappers. Yes, I'm talking about them niggas in the industry. They're the biggest fucking simps ever because they have the means to provide those things, but they're just doing it just because a girl looks pretty and that's that. So that's why a lot of these girls have certain expectations or whatever, because they get those people that are willing to do that without, you know, actually going on a date and getting the person to know you or whatever. Like, and that doesn't, you know, register too well with me because it's like, yo, why are you going on the first date buying a girl, giving a girl $50,000, buying Birkin bags and stuff? I don't care if I was freaking Bill Gates. I'm not giving you that shit. So it's just like a mindset. So it's just, it doesn't matter if a person has even money, they could still have that simp type of mindset or whatever. So, yeah. So you have any, have you ever simped for someone? Because I'll say this. Although I'm talking about simps, I've simped before. I'm going to put that out there. Like, I've definitely been a simp before or whatever. And, yeah, I think it's not bad if you've done simp things. But the important thing is that you learn from that and you don't continuously do that. You know, it's more of like a lesson. Do you have any simp hustle stories? Or anything?
I know.
Anytime you simped for a girl?
I know simp hustle stories, but yeah, I think we all do. I think when specifically more so when I was younger, I think you know, having low self-esteem, you know, you just kind of deal with whatever woman comes your way, no matter what that entails. I think you know, I can't think of a specific story, but I just think of times where a person was being very difficult for no reason, me allowing people to stress me out in any way, shape, or form, just because, like, you know, like I like this person. Like, I think when it comes to, you know, dating, a big part of that is compatibility and having a similar mindset. And when you have those things, you tend not to really go back and forth or argue a lot. So I think the biggest simp thing I did was just dealing with people to the point where they stressed me out and just arguing with them. I've done fairly simpish things, I guess, when it comes to, like, you know, maybe trying to get an old partner back, somebody I wanted to be with, so kind of going above and beyond. But even then, it's not really simping if it's like somebody that you like already established something with. Like, I think there's a certain level of, like, yeah,
like if that's your girlfriend, and people be like, "Oh, you're being a simp." No, that's your girlfriend. You're supposed to do good things for them, whatever. Only thing, context I would say that it's simping when you're with your partner is if they're just treating you like shit and you just keep doing things for them. You keep doing good things and rewarding them basically for their bad behavior. You know, so that's the only thing I could say that's simping in the context of a relationship. But yeah, a lot of y'all niggas are simps out there. I'm just keeping it a buck. Oh, I know a lot of y'all out there like, man, I ain't no simp, bro. He ain't talking about me. Yeah, nigga, you a simp, nigga. Fuck out of here. You a simp. This is a bunch of y'all niggas out here simping.
You sound a little bit too angry.
Nah, nigga, I'm tired of these simps out here. Fuck that shit. Stop simping, okay? 2021, no simping out here, okay? We're not doing that. End the simps. Any questions about simps or any?
I think you've clearly expressed more than enough of whatever you feel we need to get across in that last sentiment. I think ultimately, I guess what I'd leave anybody off with is just to value yourself. You know, it's great to show appreciation for others, but if that it's great to show appreciation for others, but if that is not being reciprocated, then at some point you have to take back your energy. So just knowing when to stop investing in something. Like, you know, you look at dating, you look at anything as an investment. If you invest in all your money, time, and energy into somebody, and you could barely get a text back, you could barely get to meet up with this person, and then, like, you know, save your energy, save your time, save your money for somebody who's actually interested in you. So that's all I say. Just like work on building high self-worth and self-value, so that when somebody is, you know, lukewarm about you, you know, if somebody is on the fence about you, I always say this: if you're on the fence about me, you're already on the other side. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be around somebody or messing with somebody who is kind of interested in you. You want somebody who's fully invested, or like at least deeply invested into you and getting to know you as a person. So just keep building your self-worth and work on yourself so you can build that up. The more you work on yourself, inside and out, the better you feel. The better you feel, the better things you attract. And so just keep building that self-worth and respect yourself. You feel me? That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I'm glad you could be here to give a positive feedback, because I'm just going to tell these niggas, stop fucking simping out here, nigga. Stop simping. But, nah, all jokes aside, though, like, he gave a good point, you know. Don't put an investment, like, know where your limit is. Know where your limit is, where you draw the line for certain stuff, because I feel like where I can sympathize, I swear I didn't try to do that, where I can sympathize with simps is, you know, I think when you really, you know, in a low state of mindset, you can, it makes you do things that is definitely irrational and definitely like not from a logical play. Because I think a lot of simps and stuff, there are a lot of guys who usually have low self-esteem, or you know, some of these guys ain't got a lot of play. I mean, just to be real, some of these guys haven't got a lot of play, and you know, they're not used to being around women and setting standards with women that you go out with and stuff. And yeah, it's hard to tell a person do this and do that when they haven't experienced it. So that's where I can sympathize. So yeah,
the word is actually empathize.
Sympathize.
We're gonna do sympathize for the sake of this video.
I'm doing sympathize. For this video is sympathize, okay? I gotta do it for you guys, for the simps out there. Okay, but yeah, any closing statements?
No, I just look really good in this mustard sweater, so that's all I wanted to mention.
All right. Simps wear mustard sweaters if you want. But all right, that's our video on simps. Like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any thoughts about simps, if you have any simp stories, put it down in the comments. Let's have a conversation about it. And join my Instagram too, biquon. Might do a conversation and live on there, so you guys can talk with me about simps. And there we go, BQ quick review. You know how we do.
Pick up the pieces and patches, I gotta be, cause the edges are jagged. I do not call my piece less, it's a real beef, they be squeezing them ratchets. You not the same person that you on internet, I've been smelling some catfish. Don't condone violence, cause we move in silence, you know that they got it like Metal Gear Solid. Pick up the pieces and patches, I gotta be, cause the edges are jagged. I do not call my piece less, it's a real beef, they be squeezing them ratchets. You not the same person that you on internet, I've been smelling some catfish. Don't condone violence, cause we move in silence, you know that they got it like Metal Gear Solid.